Hi everyone, welcome. All right. Hi everyone, welcome. It's day 3 of Skills USA Week, Skills USA Partner Day. We hope your chapters are participating at the local level too, and in honor of that, we are hosting our own Skills USA Day advocacy meet. And we are with one of our national partners, John Deere. John Deere is a world leader in advanced products. They're committed to customers who harvest, transform, and build to meet increasing needs of food, fuel, and representing them with us today is Jason Kinsey, a service development manager with the company and their dealers. Hi, Jason.
Hi, Caroline.
To give you a little bit more background information about what Mr. Jason does, he manages college partnerships with 20 John Deere dealers within the U.S. and Canada, as well as develop recruitment and retention practices for John Deere dealers. Because of these tech programs that people like Jason work on, the company has been improving technician capacity and efficiency, and we're happy to be working with them. So let's jump into some questions. How are you doing today, Jason?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you so much. Can you explain a little bit more about what you do at John Deere?
Sure. And I think to maybe help explain that, I happen to be at one of those colleges today.
Oh, wow.
So I'll let everybody kind of see where I'm at. I'm in Mattoon, Illinois at our John Deere Tech program. Here are some student projects. That's actually a about 50-year-old tractor we're looking at right here that they're rebuilding the engine for some folks. And I am sitting in a John Deere 8R410, which is our largest row crop tractor.
I was wondering, you looked really high up.
Yep, I am. So what the JD Tech program is, or John Deere Tech program, is that's a 2-year college program. You get an associate's degree when you graduate. Fun fact, I'm actually a graduate of that program, and now I get to help support it from this side. So I'm here today with a dealer meeting, and we're talking about what we need to do to recruit more and future students and changes we're going to make for our current students to help them when they graduate and go into the workforce.
Nice. That's very cool. How long have you been working for them?
So I've worked for John Deere for almost 15 years, just a few months away from that. And I worked as a dealership employee before that. So coming up on 20 years of John Deere experience.
Wow, that's really cool. Have you been doing a lot of the tech programs for most of that 20 years, or did you build your way up?
So no, great question. So my path was built at a local area VOTEC diesel program in Oklahoma, where I'm from. That's where I actually was a SkillsUSA member and got to compete at the state contest for the diesel program. When I graduated that program, I joined the John Deere Tech program. So I worked as a dealership technician for 2 years while I got my associate's degree. And then I went on to get a bachelor's degree and had no intentions of going to work for a corporate John Deere, but that's the way things worked out. I got an internship with them, and I've worked in training, marketing, product support, calling on customers and dealers in several states. And then for about the last year, I've been in the service development role, so working with organizations like SkillsUSA and with these colleges and students.
Wow, that's really interesting. What's your favorite part out of that long experience?
So two things, like dealing with customers and helping them with challenges. That's always been fun from when I was a tech to today. My current role, I really enjoy working with students and watching them learn and see the light bulb go off when they figure something out, learn a new skill, and something that's going to make them successful in a career.
Speaking of careers, what kind of career paths does John Deere offer for upcoming workforce people?
Great question. So I recruit mostly for our John Deere dealer network. John Deere corporate also, obviously we have manufacturing and a lot of different areas there, but our dealers offer careers in technical aspects like technicians. Our parts departments are needed to support customers. We have a lot of technology. I mean, some of you on here have probably seen the autonomous tractor that was rolled out a few weeks ago. So we need people to help support those and AMS. A lot of different avenues that you can take. We're not just a equipment company. We're a technology company that provides equipment solutions. So we have a little bit of something for everybody.
That's really cool. What would you give advice to someone who's trying to take the same path that you did going into the workforce?
Great question. I would say that find a skill you enjoy, learn a lot about that skill, and you'll always have that no matter what you do. So like me, I started out as a technician. Now I help recruit technicians. I still have that knowledge to be able to train and understand what we need to do to train new individuals, but I can also work on my own if I want to, on my own projects. It's a skill I'll always have and can always fall back on. So pick a skill, work on that skill, and you'll always have that no matter what you do in life.
The other side of that answer, what are some employability skills that you think John Deere really likes to see in students applying?
So another great question. You're full of those today. I would say communication skills are a huge thing. Having someone that can come in and sit down, talk to a manager, go through an interview, know the right questions to ask. It's one thing to know that particular skill you have and apply for that job. It's another thing to be able to articulate with a customer or a manager or an owner about why you're having to do what you have to do to complete that task. So communication skills and interview skills, those all kind of roll into one for me on setting yourself up for success.
Can you share what challenges you saw as you were growing up and growing through the company?
Okay. Tough question now. So I would say some of that very same thing that I just mentioned. I've been fortunate to have positions of increasing difficulty, so I've been able to grow on communication skills. I was frightened to speak in front of a group of people when I was your age, and I'm now on Instagram Live, and I've done large group trainings before. So just having some confidence and continuing to be repetitive on those different things that you need to improve upon, that's something that just took time for me of getting used to speaking to groups and being able to articulate my message to different individuals from myself or different backgrounds.
Yeah, I can understand that. I know like public speaking is one of the biggest fears that Americans share. I don't remember the exact statistic, but a lot of people have that fear. So it's really cool that you were able to overcome that barrier and grow in that skills. So what results have you seen through John Deere that you think are really important that apply to any job that you apply for?
So try to give you a thoughtful answer on this one. Let me collect my thoughts on that. I would say that just base knowledge of whatever that particular path is. So whether that be diesel tech like me, welding, just those general skills of the job, the soft skills as we call them. So the people skills, the like it seems like a crazy thing, but understanding finances. So when you go to work for a company, you understand your benefits and your pay. Those little things like that are all definitely skills that we're all out there looking for, and I would say would help anyone.
Very nice. Now, what is the biggest mistake that you see from people coming into the workforce?
So I was guilty of this one. Coming in new to the workforce and expecting to be number one right out of the gate. We all have to learn, get better, gain credibility and experience. So, like everyone on here, I want you to be great at whatever you want to do and be successful at it. But having some humility and knowing that you've got to build up that reputation. It doesn't come on day one. I see a lot of youth that expects to be like the top technician in the case of what I deal with on their first day at work, and that's probably not going to happen. But with a little time, you absolutely can be. So set it as a goal and build up to that.
You said you've been working with John Deere for almost 20 years, right?
Almost between dealer and corporate, yes, ma'am.
So you would know. So how would your company, John Deere, define success? Like, when do you know that you're doing well and that you're on the right path forward?
So I would say for us, it is, I'm speaking like about employees in general with this answer. It's that we have individuals with diverse backgrounds that are able to come together as a team, solve the problem, and whether that be for us as a company or for the dealership or for that customer, which ultimately we got to support those because we got to feed and clothe everybody in the world. So that's kind of the big thing, is just having people that can come together and solve a problem and take care of someone. That's how we define our success.
That's a really nice measure of success. So now this is more of a futuristic question. How do you see the workforce in John Deere specifically developing in the coming years?
So twofold. One, we need young talent like yourself to come in and help support us. Someday I'm going to have to retire and do different things. So we need youth to train and come in and help us. But we also need those technical skills, and the technology continues to grow. The tractor I sit in right now is full of computers to make it operate and to complete all the features that it's able to do for a farmer. And so it's very, very possible that I could work on this tractor if it has an issue with nothing but a laptop, never touch a tool in my toolbox. That takes a different mindset than someone that expects that we're going to get greasy and dirty and we're going to take everything apart down to that very last bearing. That does happen at times, but we work with a lot of technology, so we need some bright minds that want to work on electrical systems and computers and understand those functions to fix problems.
Yeah, I've been seeing that in education too. Recently, my program has been putting a big focus on electrical because automotive is really going into that hybrid electrical vehicle in the futures, and they need people who can work on that too. So are your tech programs for the colleges actually putting a focus on more electrical than the practical skills, or is it sort of a mix of both still?
So it's kind of a mix of both. Like, we still want a student to understand the basics of any engine, and there's still going to be engine rebuild type work. But understanding the complexity of the fuel system and how the ECU, the electronic control unit, sends fuel to that engine for that to happen, like, that's a piece of that as well. And with the guidance, so there's a hydraulic valve that ultimately steers the tractor for auto track, but you need to understand the CAN bus system to know how that receiver on the cab of the tractor talks to a controller and then to that steering valve to make all that happen. So absolutely, we try to put a lot of electrical and a lot of our technology advancement training in, but still giving some basics. You have to understand the system and kind of where it all started to be able to work on everything.
Yeah, if that electrical outlook fails, you still need to be able to get down and do what you need to. I get it.
Absolutely.
So as we bring our live closer to a close, can you share some parting advice before we end?
So I'm going to go back to kind of an original comment that I had. Having a skill in life, no matter what you do, whether you're a welder, a fabricator, an architect, having that skill is something that you'll always have. So whatever your path you're choosing right now is, continue down that. And no matter where you go, you've always got something to fall back on.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jason. It's been a pleasure having you.
Same. Thanks, Caroline. Hope everybody has a great day.
Yes, thank you. And thank you to everyone in the audience for joining us for this Skills USA Partner Day special. I hope you all have a great day.
Thanks.